Yes, we back again. And guess what? It's an Aprilia SR50. But this is not a normal one. What is normal about this one? Well, it's a standard frame. That's about it. Yasuni. It's very old and rusted. But yeah, it might still work. Water pump looks like shit, but might still work. And what do we have here? Yes, stage 6. I have this carb, came with it. It's bigger than normal, so it's not normal. I have no idea what this is. Tell me about it. This rear wheel is actually from a Yamaha RX. I damaged it. This material is so soft, is insane. I think it's aluminium, probably aluminium, not sure. But it's not normal. It's a 140. The normal size is a 130. So it's wider than normal. It was very hard to get this on. This tire was already with the scooter, but the story is it hasn't run for 5 years. I think somebody started building it and didn't finish it, and this tire was stiff and hard. It would not go into the rim. So yeah, played around with it, but ended up just putting a inner tube in there, because normally it's tubeless, but not today. The reason for all this being off is there was not a block with which came with this engine, and this is a double disc. As you can see, it has a front disc and it has a rear disc, and there was no brake pump, so I put on a brake pump. I'm gonna put on this line. I found me yeah, the caliper, right. So the caliper, there was another caliper with it, but this one is from a Piaggio engine. When you have a Piaggio engine, there's a big difference between these holes. So this one is way too big. But what's next? I'm not completely sure what the idea is behind this, but normally I'm used to a long axle being between here. This is not tight yet, but somebody put 2 smaller ones on there. I guess it would work. It's a bit hard to see. You see? Oh yeah, still play on there. And we were talking about stuff that isn't normal, so yeah, let's look at this. It's not a normal standard version. I'm not sure about this crank. It looks good. No idea what it is, but I think this cylinder as well is unused. And stuff that isn't normal, we have a YSS spring. Nice. This cover is also not standard. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff to put together. How do you like the color? Yes. It's a worldwide winner. As you can tell, this one is broken. That one is missing at the moment. But we got some new stuff. There's one. That's 2. We have a battery. And also the kickstart wasn't really engaging properly. So we got some new stuff for the kickstart as well. There's no starter motor on here now. But if I look for one, I probably can get it on and working as well. I have all the plastics that belong to the scooter and some extra stuff. Somebody was planning some big things. Interesting. Well, you win some and you lose some. Put on this handle. I think it would work with the pump, but it wouldn't work with the brake switch. You see how it sticks out? This one does not stick out. See how it looks over there? It's way different. These ones would fit, but I'm going to keep this for another project. I happen to have another pump which can fit on this side, like this. It does have the straight edge, so this, I hope this would fit. Going to find out. But it is similar to this one. I was planning on only using the line and the caliper, but I have to resort to something else. It's a little bit more work, but I think the end result should be the same. I do want to have brake switches working, because I want to put an electric start on it eventually, and I just want to have brake lights too. So, more to do. Let's go. Okay, mission abort. Probably somebody had this issue before. The packaging came like this, already ripped. It was sealed again. And this is original packaging. I'm going to use those, because I found out that this does not even fit. This is a very nice set, but they were out of stock, so I wanted to order more of these, but they were not available. Bleeding the brakes. Nice mounting point on here. These are good. Fit very well. Just let this brake. Nice. Yes. Do you know what's supposed to be on here? We are missing a horn. Found one crusty looking horn. I'm going to mount it anyway, see if it works. Honey. See if it works later. I was telling about stuff that wasn't standard. Well, this is not standard no more. Looks good, right? This box is not standard. I think it's a CDI. Maybe a racing CDI, I have no idea. But there is still an original CDI underneath. So I just plug that in first, and we'll see later if this does anything. Put a spark plug cap on there. Horn is in. Tightened it. Inlet manifold. Let's quickly take a look inside the carb to see what is in there. Already missing a bolt, I see. But I guess it was a good idea to take a look, because this is what happens when you don't use your carb for 5 years. Let's clean it up. They were all very dirty. It's quickly cleaned up with the brake cleaner. The main jet is main jet 82. It's not really visible, but normally I could check the main jet through this bolt, but I had to clean it, so let's mount it. I have my doubts, but the carb is on. Still have to put the tank on and the hoses, but for the rest of it, it's on there. Now the kickstart is not properly engaging, so that's the next problem. So I took the cover off. don't really think this is definitely worn or anything, but this isn't neither, I think. I put some new grease on there, clean it a bit up, clean it up a bit. But I am going to remove this bolt and the spring behind it and replace it with this one, because I happen to know that this one works, and maybe this one is not the right one. Sometimes you really feel like I've been here before. I put this ring behind here because this variator, even with this spring on there, the bevel spring and the part that's supposed to be like that, it would not properly close off, so it just didn't fit. This is a Polini variator, as you can see, Polini. I think the clutch that's in there is also Polini. It has a blue clutch spring. It's a bit hard to see, but it's blue. And yeah, it doesn't line out properly, or however you call it. So I hope this spacer will do the trick. Oh well, since we're here, let's see. 4.5 grams. Okay. When the spacing isn't enough, it's very annoying, because the ring I put behind there is quite thick. So then it was hard to get this piece on the teeth, on the tooth, or whatever you pronounce it. But I got it on there, so let's hope for the best. Feels like it should work. Yeah, so I tried to see if it sparks over there. I have it connected the way I think it should be connected, because this plug only can go one way, and basically everything only can go one way. Because you got the black-red wire on black-red wire, but this pink wire, I'm not used to it being pink, so it's confusing. Also, I tried this CDI, and then I saw one spark after I put this on, only once, so it's a bit confusing. I'm going to do a little bit of homework and leave it where it is right now. Goodbye.